Take a minute to show you my process for grinding out the stumps. I use the Alpine Stump grinder, and if I have dull teeth, I start off with dull teeth and I go all the way around the base of this tree and I get all the dirt and the rocks and all the stuff that's going to tear up my good teeth. I do all that first. Now I've got more than one stump on this job, so I use the same dull teeth to get all the side stuff done before I get into cutting the wood. As you can see, I've dug out some of this dirt, put it in a wheelbarrow here. I'll dump that back on top when I'm all done. That gives me a little bit of room to work. I did find a few big rocks buried down deep. As you can see, this stump was had a top dressing of river rock, and anything that gets down there, that tears up your teeth immediately. Okay, now I've started this stump here, and it's important to remember that when you have brand new teeth, the goal is not to hit the dirt, not to hit the rocks. If you're cutting just hard, solid, clean wood, it goes fairly fast. I've got about, probably 15 minutes into this. I'm about 3/4 of the way done, and it's just the first pass. I've still got to clean up all this sawdust and move it out of the way so I can get the final pass. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the backyard and do the first pass or two passes and just the wood on the other one so that I don't hit the dirt on the two stumps. Then I'll probably finish that one and come back and I'll finish this one. Seems like some wasted steps, but as long as you can keep those teeth really sharp, the wood cuts very, very fast. And it's worth the effort. Always wear your eye protection and your face shield. Very important. I also wear sunglasses because some dust does get through. Right, as what you can see here is you don't go back and forth like you do on a conventional stump grinder. You don't go side to side. You go up and down and up and down. And right underneath here I've got more solid wood, so I'm taking one pass. Once you get all the way across, you start over and you get this thing all the way down. It'll be, when I finish the first pass, it'll probably be 3 or 4 inches below the grade of the soil. And then I'll move to the one in the backyard. If you go too high, you leave the front of the stump too high and you go too deep in the back, the front teeth have a tendency to catch and they'll pull it up and over. So if I get to that point, then I make a secondary top pass to bring it all the way down, and then I'll lower the next one. It's important to understand that a lot of my work is grinding out stumps for replanting in the exact same hole. So I've got to do a really thorough job. That's where the blower really does a great job of exposing everything, clearing out all the excess so that you can get down for the next run. It doesn't take that much effort, but if you do it as you go, even at this stage where I'm trying to clear out some of the dirt, I'll put the blower in there right now and see if I can find any rocks. Really glad I did that. Look what I found. See over here, this whole area is embedded with rocks. This one just tore up my teeth bad. This whole area. So I'm going to spend a few minutes with a pick and a shovel, But you know, I wouldn't have seen that if I hadn't gotten in there with the blower ahead of time. So I know it's a little bit of extra effort, but at the cost of these teeth, but more importantly, the cost of the downtime of replacing the teeth and sharpening the teeth. Because I make money when I get in and get out. Out of gas. Okay, I'm done. I got it down pretty darn deep. There were still some roots and there's still some wood way down in there. But I got it deep enough to plant another tree in. I dumped the dirt that I had in the wheelbarrow in first, and I blew some of the chips back in and kind of mixed it up. But I'd say better than 60% of the chips I blew away. So that leaves me with a bit of a recess, unlike other stump grinding jobs where you have a big mound. And as you can see, because it's such a fine sawdust, I was able to blow it over the yard, and you really barely see it. It just sort of worked its way in as mulch. So I highly recommend using the blower as one of your procedures in doing stump grinding. Now I did all that stump grinding with that new set of teeth, minus the initial first grinding with the old teeth. And you can see the teeth are still pretty good. They're not chipped, they're not damaged in any way. They are a little dull, so I'm going to go ahead and put a nice clean edge on it because I've got a lot of wood on that second stump. You should be able to feel that really sharp, crisp edge, but I did pretty good. And I got to say that it's all because I used the blower and cleaned it out and looked for rocks first. It added a bit of time to the job, yes, but it saved me a lot of money in damaged teeth and, just as important, time changing the teeth. So now I'll take 5 minutes and do a quick sharpening without taking them off the machine. Now I put my reading glasses on for this because I really want to see how I'm doing. I don't want to guess at it. And I'm getting old. That's what they look like after I sharpen them. I do the inside a little bit first, then you've got to get some of the height down. You grind down some of that old silver solder so that this is the leading edge of every single tooth. You don't want anything up here to be higher than this point. And sometimes I'll have a bit that kind of goes around the corner where this will be worn off, and I'll actually round the edge of the tooth just a little bit so I can get a nice flat all the way across. There's one I didn't quite get. I think I'll have to grind too much to do that, so I'm going to leave that one. But every single one of these now is really sharp. Okay, the job done. This was a pretty tough one. These were oak stumps, and oak is pretty hard wood. It's not as hard as eucalyptus, but it's right up there as some of the hardest stuff to grind out. But I had to get it deep enough so that they could replant in here. Using the blower helped a lot. I blew this out twice, and you can see the whole area gets covered with the sawdust, but that reduces the volume in the hole. So Alpine Stump Grinder, it's an amazing machine.